So we're going to go over the scripting for the AI and the vehicles again because I don't think I covered it very well. And unfortunately, it takes more than 20 minutes to set up. But let's go just run through what we did here. Our first script was a trigger that says when this bomb blows up, script 0 will happen. Script 0 says change music, and we picked the loading screen for Bliss. That way we don't get copyright claimed like we did the first time we made this video. Alright, so once, it doesn't matter, just going to play it once. I also recommend that when you do music, you do your environment and match the music here to the Bliss, or whatever music you choose. It just makes the PvP music scripting work better to do it that way. You don't want to have two different ones. So let's do this. Let's explain this concept here. These trigger volumes are big because we want them to be set off by the players spawning in, which are your green spawn points. This is team 1 on your map, and this is team 2 on your map. So no matter who spawns in, they're going to set off all these trigger volumes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trigger volumes. These trigger volumes are right here, and they are basically all connected to script number 2. And you can see that right there. Script number 2 says we're going to spawn all the AI. All the AI. And when you place the AI, I recommend staggering them to each team. So you do a assaulter, resistor. I did 2 resistors. Sometimes you want to add more resistors because they're weaker generally than the security team 2. So assaulter, resistor. I'm sorry, security resistor, like that. So we put up to 15. You can only have 13 on the map at the same time, but the first wave get more. So if you wanted the AI to spawn in a different order, one little trick is to just go touch the one that you want to spawn last. So if I want this one to spawn first, this one to spawn last, I just go move it. I'm sorry. If you want one to spawn last, you go and you just move it a little bit. But if you want to redo the whole order, you just move it. And the game will just say, hey, that is the last AI we added. So I'm not sure on whether this order will matter that much if you use that technique. Usually what happens is if you don't have delays between your actions, the game will kind of freeze up and be like, it'll just go backwards anyway. It'll be like, be like, can't think, and then boom, and then it'll like, okay, boop, 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 boop. So with this script, we don't care too much. If we did, we would put delays. But the reason we don't put delays is we want all these scripts all these trigger volumes to trigger right away. So they will actually remember that I've got to spawn these AI 5 times. I have to spawn the AI 5 times. And they'll put on, they're kind of like logged in on things to do. And while it's doing that, we can start a new script which has delays in it, and it runs on its own. So with this script, this one will have the delays for the vehicles. So what we do is, here's your script for vehicles. With this scenario, we're going to spawn all the vehicles on the map every 20-30 seconds. I'd recommend at least 2 minutes. So the script says spawn this vehicle, spawn this vehicle, spawn this vehicle, spawn this vehicle, and it has Guy Marvel object large to let you know that it makes a noise and a flash that the vehicles are respawned. Then it says delay 30 seconds, and here are our trigger volumes for vehicles. Now the trick to this is you don't want your you don't want your players to touch this when they spawn in, because if they do, it's possible that your big ones here which spawn AI will not be activated because you hit this one which had a delay. So you want to activate all these large spawn volumes which have the AI first before anyone enters the vehicle spawn volumes, trigger volumes. So all these little small rectangles are linked to the vehicle script. So you just place these rectangles where these volumes where you know that these guys are going to walk through it at some point. And the way to really make that easier, just make it super long, something like that. This one never got linked to the vehicle. This one did. You know, it's pretty easy. You know, it's probably better to put them this way, but we just kind of ran it together. So we should have a little test here for this. Let's go fight for Team 2 this time.
Team deathmatch.
Oh, this way.
Time to go to work.
So the vehicles are really struggling to figure out how to spawn on. Oh, I didn't walk through it yet, probably. There we go. So we got guys dying and guys spawning in here. So we should have some vehicles here, I would hope. Maybe I didn't walk through enough volumes. There we go. Alright. I think it worked out pretty well. Just gotta make these vehicle volumes a little easier to walk through. But I mean, you put enough in there, I mean, it's gonna happen. And also with those vehicles like going crazy when they spawn in, you just want to boost them up a little bit so they don't spawn inside of each other. Because if nobody uses the vehicle and one spawns, if you don't do this, they'll spawn together or inside of one and get tossed. But if you do this, it'll just fall on top of the other one and you can still get inside it and drive away. So yeah, I hope you guys, this video makes more sense. To have a good one.